What is going on, everybody? How are you all doing? It's going crazy here. All right. It is Monday night. I didn't even know what day it was. Welcome to Dylan Talks Tone. This is a live unboxing of another guitar. This is an interesting one because this is on the cheaper side of what you can actually buy at Sweetwater. So it's kind of interesting. This guitar is $299. And so I think we'll find out in a minute. I haven't opened it yet. We'll find out in a minute. I believe it's below the limit of the ones that they actually take out of the box and inspect. So their 55-point inspection thing. So I'm kind of curious to see how good it is. And also it's a very inexpensive guitar. So we're going to see how good it is right out of the box. And I guess we'll just surprise you with it because I haven't told you what it is yet. So it's interesting. Let me grab an unboxing knife. Let's see. I have been jonesing on the ProTech Whiskers bolster action lately. Kind of fun. All right, so let's get this thing open. And see what happens. Yeah, I believe that this is not an inspected guitar. Candy report. We got a Fireball. We got a Tootsie Roll. We got a Fruit Chew, an Old Man Mint, and a bit of honey. I don't know why that's so important, but you know, they change it up, so. Let's get this thing out of here. You saw the silhouette on the thumbnail. It's a bit on the pointy side, so you probably have an idea. And I don't usually buy these kind of guitars. In fact, I did not buy this one, so. Does it say Ibanez on the box? It does. All right. So the story with this is one of you asked me to mod this guitar. And so Gary bought this guitar and sent it here. Do not just do that. Do not do that. You have to call me, get in touch with me, ask me if it's something that we think we can fit into the content. We will, but don't just send me random guitars. I actually had somebody send me about 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, a long time ago, sent me a guitar and I don't know whose it is. I still have it. It's in my storage. I don't even know whose it is. So, don't do that. So, for those of you that are new to this, we have started unboxing gear live so that it keeps it kind of honest and so that, you know, when we review stuff, because we'll do a review on it, like my Les Paul the other day, and we do mods and reviews, we'll know for real live. We're not making anything up. This is how the guitar came. If it comes damaged, we know. If the frets suck, if the guitar sucks, we know. It's just kind of one of those things we try to do. I just think it's a good way to keep everybody honest. I like that. Honestly, it's a way to keep the vendors honest too. If Sweetwater watches this. In fact, if a guitar comes crappy, I will text Sweetwater and be like, hey, this thing came crappy and we unbox everything live, so step it up. You know what I mean? This is a really interesting guitar. This is an Ibanez Gio. Oh my God. In Chameleon. Look at that junk. Look at that finish. Wow. Holy smokes, that's cool. All right, well, let's start looking it over a little bit, shall we? And I got an amp plugged in too. We're going to play it in a minute. Now remember, this guitar is $299. So if the quality is commensurate with $299, we're happy. I think at this stage, I'm going to say that if the guitar is relatively a playable instrument and the neck is straight and the frets aren't popping out, that it's good, because our intention for this guitar is to actually rip all this out, and we're going to put new electronics in it and everything and do a little build on it. We're probably going to replace the tuners, but we'll tune it up here and see. So this is a roasted maple neck at $299, which is bonkers. And I can't remember the name of the wood for the fretboard. Is it chicote or something? It's a weird name. I can't remember the name of the fretboard, but it just kind of matches that roasted maple look. Matching chameleon peg head. Holy crap, this guitar is cool. Leslie's gonna love this too. She loves purple, and it's predominantly purple when you look at it. There's a little run under the clear right here on the corner, but you're never gonna see it really because it flops and goes away. Let's see how the finish is. It's not a custom shop finish for sure, but it is also, yeah, there's like, you can see where they've wet sanded some finish build up here away from the through hole screws, or through hole inserts. And I don't know why, and maybe this is a guitar design thing, but the inserts are not lined up. The low E one is back from the other ones. See that? That's a little weird. Cool. Well, let's throw a strap on this thing. And let's get this sucker tuned up. This is the boring part of the video, I know, but it's necessary. So, just make sure there's no real questions in here that need to be answered in a moment. Somewhere in storage, you must still have the cheap Jackson you bought. I do, and I was just thinking about it today because we are actually going to get rid of our storage, and I'm going to sell a bunch of stuff that's in there. And so, yeah, it looks purple. All right. See, the fun part is that we, once this guitar is, if this guitar is playable and straight, then nothing else matters. It could sound like garbage. We don't care because we're going to rip it all apart. Probably going to put new tuners on it. Obviously new pickups and new jack and pots, and we're going to do some fun stuff with this thing. This is a blast. It's super light. We need to weigh it. It's like the opposite of the heavy junk I was playing last week. Well, we got to D before we had to move anything. There's a little rattling. Oh, it's just this. The pickup plastic's rattling on the string. I was like, what is that noise? Probably gonna have to chase the intonation on the low E. When you tune a guitar, if it doesn't immediately come to pitch and you're trying to fight it, like if you tune it and it goes sharp and then you lower it a little bit and then it goes, and you're like trying to fight it to get it kind of right in that middle, and then you finally get it there, probably your intonation needs to be adjusted. If the intonation is right, usually you can pull it straight up to pitch and it'll just hit, or you can drop it down, but don't do that. Drop it down below pitch and then pull it back up and it'll just hit pitch. If you got to fight it back and forth like that, like I just did, chances are that saddle needs to be moved. It's just kind of one of your little telltales. All right, let's, now I'm going to do this the way I did it the other day. I am going to I'm going to mute this mic that I'm talking to you on now, and you are going to hear okay. I'm going to mute this mic and you're going to be able to hear this guitar, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, so I'm back. It is predictably terrible, which is fine. That's no big deal. We knew it was going to be. The way the wiring is it splits the coils when you go to these notch positions, and the sound just goes away because these pickups aren't made to split very well. So that makes sense. Then this is just a guitar. These are just some pickups. They pick up, and that's about it. The intonation is all off. We need to adjust it and do a setup on it. Neck relief is really wonked. So that's cool. It needs a setup and the whole deal. But I will tell you that in 30 minutes, I could have this guitar playing really, really nice. The tuners are junk, so we will replace those. Now, is it a good $299 guitar? I think that everyone should buy one of these because it's a good skeleton. You could do anything you wanted on top of this. Fixed bridge, humbuckers, put whatever switching you want in there, new tuners and new strings, and bam. And the reason Gary did this with this guitar is because you can't buy a body and this neck and paint it this color for $299. Who cares about the rest of it? But you couldn't do it for $299. I think it's freaking fantastic. So, this is going to be fun. It needs tuners. We'll probably replace the nut because it's got a cheap plastic nut. And we'll polish up the frets. We'll make sure they're level. We'll do all that stuff. This thing's going to be really fun. It's going to be a shred monster. It has a weird 15.7 fretboard radius, which is, why didn't they just make it 16 or 14? I don't know. 15.7 is a weird radius. I'm not an Ibanez guru. Maybe some of you who are Ibanez freaks, in a good way, Ibanez freaks can tell me why 15.7 is something that even exists, because I think that's kind of weird. But man, $300, holy smokes. And to get it out of the box and have it be a guitar that works and looks this good, I don't think there's anything else you could ask for. It's very, very cool. I'm going to set it down here, and then we're just going to answer any questions that might come into play. Yeah, spend $299 to drop another $600 into it. Do what you want. You know what I mean? It's cool. What I think the reason, you know me, I'm not one of these people who's like, that guitar's not worth it. I'm not that guy, because I think that is like Gary said when he told me about this, you can't buy a body. It's poplar. You can't buy a body and a neck, roasted maple neck, and paint it cool like that for $300. You know, you can't do it. Now, you people in your Seymour Duncans and your EMGs, you realize who you're talking to, right? Yes, it's going to get new pickups. I promise you that. It's probably going to get some Super 8s, I'm thinking. We're going to make a set of Super 8s for it. I would imagine it. Totally resonant, bro. Let's see. Any other questions? 40 centimeter neck radius. That's interesting that if it was a metric number, it would make sense. Very cool. Thoughts about pickup choices. Yeah, so probably we're going to put a Super 8, which is it's a DAF style thing. Although, I don't know. We might put a center punch derived thing in there so that we can get that coil split 5-way thing to work right. If you don't have the right pickups, that 5-way coil split thing doesn't work like that. Those notch positions just completely go away and they sound terrible and dead. And I think if we put maybe 8 balls in this thing, which is our center punch pickup with a different magnet in it, that would get you that nice kind of shreddy feel, but still be able to do that coil split on the notches, which would be really cool. I think that would be an excellent choice for that. Yeah, I think that would be super cool. I'm really, really stoked about this. This is going to be really fun. So yeah, I'm down. This is a cool guitar. It's going to be a fun video, and you're going to see it in the next few weeks. We'll probably do something up. So I just want to share it with y'all. I'll put a link to it in the description. I did not do that beforehand, but I'll put a link to it in the description if you're interested, because I think for $300, it makes a good project. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for the super chat. I think I saw 1 or 2 of those come through, but they didn't have questions with them. So thank you for that as well. And we will see you tomorrow for the Just Gonna Say It podcast. Yeah, thanks for hanging out on this cool unboxing. We'll see you later.